Yo, what is good, NFL fans? Welcome back to Touchdown Kingdom, the hub of all the latest NFL news and content. In this video, I'll be bringing you guys my Week 14 NFL predictions. Thank you so much for all the support on this channel. Every single week, I post this video, and you guys show it a lot of love. I have a lot in store for this channel in the future, so if you guys are not already, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. With that being said, let's jump right into my Week 14 NFL predictions. Week 14 kicks off on Thursday Night Football as the Los Angeles Rams are hosting the New England Patriots. The Patriots are finally getting back to their winning ways after blowing out the Chargers. They are now 6-6 on the season and are looking to make a wild card push. The Los Angeles Rams are 8-4 and are looking to win their division. I think this is going to be a very close game that comes down to the wire, and I actually have the Patriots coming to LA and defeating the Rams with a final score of 24-17. The Tennessee Titans are going to Jacksonville to face the Mike Glennon-led Jaguars. The Jaguars have been playing really good football despite their record. They forced overtime to the Minnesota Vikings but lost at the last second. I think this is going to be a competitive game, but at the same time, Tennessee is going to win in the end. I think Derrick Henry has another breakout game, and the final score will be 31-21. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings barely defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I think the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers are going to win this game with ease coming off their bye week. I have this as the final score of 34-27. The Kansas City Chiefs are headed to Miami to face the Dolphins. I think it's going to be a very close game because the Miami Dolphins defense is really good, as the Kansas City Chiefs offense, as we know, is elite. I think this is going to go down to the wire as the Dolphins are trying to scrape their way up to win the AFC East at an 8-4 record. The Kansas City Chiefs still only have one loss in the season, and I'm going to give the Chiefs the win in this game with a final score of 27-21. The Denver Broncos are going to Carolina to face the Panthers. This might be the game where Christian McCaffrey makes his return. This is really good for fantasy football fans. It's right in time for playoffs. I think the Broncos actually showed up big time on Sunday Night Football last week and showed up really good against the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think that they are going to lose this game to the Panthers with a final score of 28-24. The Houston Texans are headed to Chicago to face the Bears. Both teams are coming off heartbreaking losses last week and are looking to have a bounce back game. I think that Deshaun Watson has one of his best games of his career and lights up the Chicago Bears defense with a final score of 34-24. The New York Giants are hosting the Arizona Cardinals. The Giants sit at top of the NFC East division after defeating the Seattle Seahawks last week. It is going to be a pretty interesting game because as of right now, we do not know who's starting for the Giants at quarterback. Daniel Jones is still nursing that hamstring injury, but Colt McCoy did look decent in his first start for the Giants this week. The Giants defense is borderline elite, and I think they're going to contain Kyler Murray, but I still give the edge to the Arizona Cardinals as they win this game 28-17. The Dallas Cowboys are headed to Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Both teams will be starting their backup quarterbacks as they both lost their franchise quarterbacks for the season. Brandon Allen versus Andy Dalton. I think this is going to be a close game that comes down to the wire as both teams are in similar situations. I'm going to give the edge to the Cowboys in this game as they defeat the Bengals 24-14. The Indianapolis Colts are going to Las Vegas to face the Raiders. The Raiders won in dramatic fashion last week to the winless New York Jets. The Indianapolis Colts, they defeated the Houston Texans at last-minute fashion as well. I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to give the edge to the Colts because the Raiders have struggled against two really bad teams in back-to-back weeks. I have this game as the final score of 34-27. The New York Jets are headed to Seattle to face the Seahawks. The Jets are coming off a heartbreaking loss last week, which resulted them in firing their defensive coordinator, Greg Williams. And the Seahawks, they're coming off an embarrassing loss to the New York Giants last week, and they'll be determined to not lose two straight games to the New York teams. I don't think this is going to be a close game, and I see the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Jets 38-21. The Green Bay Packers are headed to Detroit to face the Lions. The Lions got their first victory without Matt Patricia as their head coach, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have his best game of the season. He is on pace to win MVP, and he's just having a phenomenal season. I think he's on track to win this game with a final score of 34-27. The Los Angeles Chargers are hosting the Atlanta Falcons this week. Both teams are coming off heartbreaking losses as the Chargers got shut out from the Patriots and the Falcons lost to the Taysom Hill-led Saints. I think it's going to be a pretty close game, and I'm going to give the edge to rookie quarterback Justin Herbert as he has a bounce-back game after his worst performance of the season. I think the final score will be 28-21. The Washington football team is headed to San Francisco to face the 49ers, but I think this game is going to be played in Arizona, as you guys know. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game as the Washington football team defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers last week and gave them their first loss of the season. Do I think they're going to beat the 49ers? I do think they're going to beat the 49ers. I have the Washington football team upsetting the 49ers with a final score of 24-21. The New Orleans Saints are headed to Philadelphia to face the Jalen Hurts-led Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles made the decision to bench Carson Wentz last week and started Jalen Hurts. He will now be their starting QB for the foreseeable future, as Taysom Hill has yet to lose a game as their starting quarterback for the Saints. I think the Saints are going to win this game easily with a final score of 37-24. Sunday Night Football is a matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. I think this is going to be a really good AFC matchup as the Steelers lost their first game of the season last week and the Buffalo Bills looked really good on Monday Night Football. Josh Allen has put himself back in the MVP race and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to try their best to avoid 2 straight losses. I think it's going to be a dogfight that goes down to the wire, and I'm going to give the edge to the Buffalo Bills in this game as they defeat them 31-27. The last matchup of Week 14 in the NFL is on Monday night with the Baltimore Ravens headed to Cleveland to face the Browns. The Browns are probably the most slept-on team in the NFL in my opinion. They are 8-3, and Baker Mayfield is getting hot at the right time. The Baltimore Ravens, they took care of business on Tuesday Night Football, and Lamar Jackson is finally getting back to his old ways. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I'm going to give the edge to the Browns here as they finish this week off with a 9-3 record. I have the Browns defeating the Ravens 28-24. That does it for my Week 14 NFL predictions. Please leave a comment down below some of your predictions and smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more NFL predictions and more NFL content, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace out, guys.